Hello everyone, this is Raja here and welcome to today's tutorial on CSS introduction. So this is another video for our HTML and CSS tutorial series, and in this tutorial we are going to discuss about what CSS is all about. So CSS, as the name suggests, is a cascading style sheet and is basically used to style our HTML documents. So what do you mean by styling our HTML documents? So you have seen that we have used various elements of HTML, like we have used something like h1, we have used p tag, we have used body tag, head tag, like something which is contained under h1, like head tag. uh, it is have a fixed styling format, like if I just run this code, I will be getting something like this. So H1 is always the fixed styling format. So you see, this is again an H1, uh, and it has the same styling format. If you see the P's, the paragraphs, it has the same styling format. But what if I want this heading to be of different styling format, and this paragraph of a different styling format in my document? I may have some requirement which in which I want to make a different styling format in my document. That's basically where the CSS comes into play. So it helps us to give us more options to us, through which we can style our web pages in multiple ways, and like we can make them look really catchy, and so that people can read it easily and can quickly reference to it. So let me just stack some code here. Like styling, basically style stuffs generally go between your head tag, so where your head starting and where is your head closing. The style element goes in somewhere here. So let me stack the code here. So I've just put in some code of styling here. So what is this? I'll explain to you, but there are two ways of styling your documents. Like one way is you can have a style tag within the title tag, and you can have an open style tag, and you can have a closed style tag, and in between you can explain or what are the elements, HTML element you want to style and how you want to style them, and and you can style them in a different ways. Another way is just like you can use another method called link, and you can have a different CSS file, and you can link that CSS file in this same HTML document. We will also see that process in future. So currently I'm not going into that. I'm just showing it. It's just a beginner CSS. I'm just showing you how to apply style on your HTML element. So what I did basically, I these all are HTML elements, right? That body is one HTML element, h1 is HTML element, p is HTML element, and again h1 is HTML element. So what I wanted here, I want to have a body to have a background color green. So to write in the style statement, you basically need to write the HTML element name, and then you start with a curly brace, and then you write your CSS property which you want to change, and then you want to give the value to which you want to change it. You complete that line with a semicolon, and you close uh, that whole line with another curly brace. So this will give your body a background color of green. Okay, so next is another h1. So h1, I have two h1s now. So both the h1s are there, and I just want to give h1 a color blue. Now there you can see there are two h1s. One don't have anything like class and ID. Another one have a different class which is saying h105. So you see that if I just remove this h105, there is another styling statement called h105. Similarly, if you see the p, you see there are two p's. One p is uh, alone and another p have something called an id. So what is basically this class and id? So class is something which use, class is some attribute which you use like when you want to style multiple HTML element with same styling format. So class is something like which you want to use multiple times in your HTML documents. So at that position you use something called class. ID is something which is unique and you want to use it only once in your HTML document, and then you use ID. So it is like just like there are ways in styling through which you can only reference a particular class or a particular ID. So since this is just the basic of CSS, just keep in mind that if you want to reference a HTML tag, you need to like write the name of the tag and then start a curly braces, write whatever property you want to change and what value you want to change, put a semicolon, give a curly brace, and that's done. So this goes fine for these three elements because all three are HTML element. If you want to style a class, you want to start with a dot operator and then you want to write the class name, and again rest of the process is same. You need to start opening curly braces, you need to write the value which you want to change, and you need to like put in what is there. And if you want to change a id, you need to start with a hash. So this is what my code is. Let me just save it and see what is showing in. Refresh this page and see what is it showing. So you can see everything just changed in this page when I refreshed it. So now let's go and drill down how it actually worked. So you see we have a H1 CSS tutorial H1. So this H1 basically first let's go to the body. The body has a background color of green. So you see the whole background color of this web page is green. It is because of this. If we want to change it something like red, if we want to change it something like red and save it, and then we want to go back and refresh it, it will be totally red. Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, and just let's save it and again refresh it. So the body's background color is basically dependent upon what is my cascading style sheet information body is giving here. The next is the H1. H1 is having a color of blue. So you see there are two H1. One H1 is here and one H1 is here. So one H1 have a class attached to it. One H1 is alone. So when I say saved it and I see it, my this H1, the first H1 is giving a blue color. The CSS tutorial is coming in blue color, but the other H1 is coming in a different color. It is coming in orange color because it is having a class, and I am currently referencing to that class, and I am asking it to be of a different color. If I remove this and save it, and I just hit the refresh, you see both the H1s have taken the styling of the color blue, irrespective of there is a class attached to it, because I am not individually putting any value to the class. So it is basically like taking the same value of the style what it was there for H1. So if I again keep it back, save it, and come back and refresh it, you see it becomes orange because here I am mentioning it particularly that I want this class to be of orange, and since my this HTML element has particularly this class, it is overriding its previous value of blue and it is giving it a orange color. Similarly, in the p tag which I have, the p tag has a default red color. P tag, the first p tag if which you see, which is a lone element which don't have any class or ID, it is giving a blue color. It is giving a red color. You see here, it is giving a red color. But if I put a ID test and I change the ID value and give it a yellow, it this ID's value just overwrites its red color and it's giving a yellow color. If I remove this test ID color, if just I remove it, I save it and I refresh it, you see it become a red color. So this is like how we style our statement. So this is just the basic of CSS, how we start doing CSS and how we work with CSS. And just for a basic understanding, what is a class and ID, how you write style statement, and like how you reference body, and how you reference a single HTML tag or a class or ID. We will go much deeper into the details. This is just a basic. So for that, just stay tuned for the next tutorial. Hope you guys like the tutorials. Whatever comments or suggestion you have, you can put in the comment box. And if you like the tutorial, gives it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, kindly consider subscribing. We will again meet for the next video. Till then, goodbye.